This update is a game changer. Beasts of Bermuda just released their most decisive and community changing update in the game's history, and this is a big one. But is this update for good? Is it a good update? Well, I'm going to be telling you everything about the update, and then I'll be sprinkling my opinions on it, letting you able to formulate your own opinions, and let me know in the comments down below about that. Anyways, timestamps for everything are on the screen now, and if you are new and want to be kept in the loop with everything dinosaur game news related, feel free to subscribe. Other than that, let's get right into the video. Firstly, we have some brand new content in the game. This is stuff that orientates around the ever so amazing Parasaurolophus. Yes, Parasaurolophus has had some brand new animations which are done by Lifeon. If I do find any, I'll have them on the screen now to showcase these animations off. But yes, it has some brand new animations. We also get a new attack for the Parasaurolophus. This is, while it is in its quadrupedal stance, Parasaurolophus can now do a back kick attack, which is a fairly decent attack, which has an also very nice animation. This is enabled by pressing the ability key, so bear that in mind. And this back kick doesn't do any damage at all. It's only a knockback thing, so knock your dinosaur back, or the enemy dinosaur back that is attacking you. So it's good to kick it, get that knockback, then get into a more defensive position where you could do other attacks, and it keeps them away from your rear, so do bear that in mind. It also costs 30 stamina to do this attack, so bear that in mind as well. This attack also stops you from moving while the kick is in progress. In terms of the cost, it is like the stomp attack. However, the turn while stomping talent allows you to move while you do this attack, so it's always nice to get that talent if you do want to do this attack while on the move, and it basically covers you a lot more and makes you a little bit more protected, apart from being a meat sack on wheels. So it's pretty nice that this para has gotten this little attack, and it's a nice attack in the game, a very nice defensive attack, not really an offensive one, but I mean, Para is a defensive dinosaur. It's basically a meat sack on legs, so yeah, this does change it quite a bit and makes it quite nice. I really like these new animations. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about these Para updates. So, mechanic changes. This is when we get into the meaty stuff. I've mainly chosen to miss out of the quality of life improvements, as well as the other stuff improving the creator mode in a sense. Now, these will be on the screen now, so if you do want to pause the screen and have a read over these, feel free to do so. However, we're going to be having a look at the mechanic changes, and then after that, the balance changes, because this is the big decisive part of the update, which is really splitting the community, mainly the players who play as really big, strong dinosaurs that they've spent ages growing. But let's just get right into it, shall we? So the first thing is model scaling. Now this is purely visual, however the model scaling has been changed. So once you hit growth 1.0, the overall scaling of your dinosaur decreases, so it's less insane. This is purely, as I've said, a visual change. Your dinosaur strength isn't affected by this, however the dinosaur's size will be reduced. This is mainly to help dinosaurs' shelters stay relevant for longer, allowing you and your large creatures better control of your movement when you are in combat with smaller critters as well, which is pretty neat. Now to add to this, the full adult stage is at 1.2 now instead of 1.0, which basically means 1.2 is the new 1.0 in a sense, and I do like this. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot more practical. As you've said, as they have said, the dinosaur shelters are more relevant for longer, so it's a lot nicer that way. And it also means there's no giant behemoths running around the map, which is obviously sometimes a bit of a pain. However, it does give the problem where it does make it so players might find it harder to differentiate from the higher tier dinosaurs. However, I feel like in the future it would be nice if the developers had some different variation to the dinosaur in terms of their visual model. Instead of size, maybe add some model changes, some marks of aging to prove that they're above the growth stages, you know, 2.0 and stuff like that. There's also a brand new status condition. This is restless. This one is a big one for the game. It finally removes AFK growing from the game, which was needed to be done. I think AFK growing was a problem, and it should be done, and it should be removed. So basically, if you spend too much time in a cave, you get a restless warning. If this warning is ignored, you will eventually get the restless debuff. It takes 20 minutes while you are in a cave to get the restless warning, and after 30 minutes in a cave, you'll get the debuff. It overrides the near friends buff as well, so do bear that in mind. You're not safe if you're sat with your friends. Creatures below 0.7 growth do not get this mechanic, neither does Velociraptor or Erictodromeus. Apatosaurus with the Shelterer talent also doesn't get it as well. If there is severe weather outside and you're in a cave for a certain amount of time, it overrides the mechanic, so you won't get the restless warning if the severe weather is still ongoing. To me, this is really nice because it stops AFK growing, promotes walking around, promotes people to actually do stuff to grow, and I like that. It's better than just sitting in a cave with your friends until you're fully grown and then going to troll some new players. I feel like it's gonna be better this way, and it does help the game a lot in the long run. We also have a new mechanic about random generated eggs, which will now occasionally spawn throughout the map. These show as abandoned eggs in dinosaur selection screen, and these random eggs are created by choosing random creatures from the server's save profile. So it could take random slots from you and someone else, put it combined into an egg, which probably will be lesser off than being with an adult, nested, but in the case, that's how it will work. This means players get inheritance and skins from those randomly selected creatures. They do not count as offspring, however, because they do not have parents, so that means they are orphans. Once again, it's a pretty neat mechanic. It's good for those people who don't want to be randomly nested with people they don't know, and they'd rather go through nesting but on their own with that kind of challenge. I like that a lot, and I think it's pretty neat. And finally, we have the balance changes. There isn't actually a lot with the balance changes, so let's just get right through it. Talents were reset with this patch, so do bear that in mind. If you're going on the game now and you see all your talents have been wiped from the tree, you just got to reapply them, because it's just the balance changes. Anyways, the other stuff, there is reduced effectiveness for the Stoke talent, adjusted the rate at which players get talent points to spend, such that they get more points early in life and then they get slower later on, which is pretty good in my eyes. This has caused this issue, however. Players beyond 2.0 get less talent points than before, whereas players below 2.0 get more than before. This essentially means that if you were a 2.0 previously, you will lose some of your talent points until it gets to that certain amount that you would have gotten from that tier in the new update. Smaller growth players will see more talent points available to them. Players around 0.85 get the most in that area, and that's just how it is. There is actually a graph that showcases this, and it's good that it's not just a straight up linear graph. It's good that it actually peters out, kind of like with the real life stage of a dinosaur or a person or anything. As you get older, you make less progress anyways. Most of the progress is when you're in your younger life, but either way, it's pretty neat. I like this. I think it's nicer. It makes it a lot easier for newer players, and that's, in my eyes, what the game needed to do, because it's been losing players. It needs to bring in new players, and until this was added, it's not really attractive to newer players. And I feel like that's my opinion here. That's my strong opinion. I feel like it's more attractive as a game now for new people, and will retain them longer because it's an easier grind for them to get into the game, and it's still as rewarding to have those max growths anyway. But yeah, that's my opinion. What do you guys think? Because I know this is a very decisive and game audience splitting update. If you go into the feedback section for the game, there's so much feedback. It's just coming through. People are saying the game's ruined and stuff like that. However, I do want to know what you guys think. Are you someone who agrees with this update, or are you someone who doesn't agree with it? Now, of course, I'm not going to judge the opinion. I've voiced my opinion here, so my opinion will get very judged. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'd love to know. I'd love to hear your side to things. Now, this is the outro, of course, for the video. There was also optimization changes and bug fixes. Here they are on the screen now. So yes, there they are. Pretty nice, very epic. Anyways, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe if you are new and want to be kept in the loop for more dinosaur game news, and just Beasts of Bermuda as well. If you want to see more Beasts of Bermuda news, let me know in the comments. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.